test. Make sure everything is good. Whoa. This lash is all the way off. Let's wait for more people to get in here. Down. Let's see. All right, boom. Okay, y'all coming in. Y'all coming in. Hey, y'all. How's everybody doing tonight? I know it's a little bit later than when I usually go live, but I'm gonna tell you why I'm even live. Cause yeah, I'll tell y'all how we got to here. Cause this was not the plan for today, but any day that I could give y'all content, I will. One of my lashes, both of my lashes are kind of off, but we're gonna make it happen. I don't know what happened, but there we go. Well, I think it's still gonna be messed up, but let's try to fix it. Ooh, I think that looks a little bit better. So hey y'all, how's everybody doing? Thank you guys for joining the live. I know y'all been wanting me to go live. But I've been giving y'all a lot of content night after night. All last week I posted. This week I'm posting a lot, but I've been doing some other content outside of here. And I want this to be like a subscriber-led live stream. Nothing that I don't have any like specific topics to talk about, maybe a few things. So as y'all know, when I start my live streams, I always start it with a Q&A where y'all can ask whatever you want. You know, for the first like 10 minutes, we just do like a little Q&A about myself, and then we get into live. So I'm going to ask that y'all ask y'all questions, of course, but also if there's anything that you want my opinion on that's trending or anything that's just like, you know, super popular right now, you can put that in the chat right now. That way I can pull it up and then we can just, you know, go from there and talk about it because it's just a pop culture opinions. I will be doing a random opinions about random things that we posted probably on Friday. Today is Wednesday. So yes, definitely on Friday. That because I know that's been super requested. I was working on like a long one. I don't know how long it's gonna be, but I was just trying to do something where it's like I'm talking about stuff that's trending, but I'm also trying to do random opinions about your faves because I haven't done that in like well over a year. Usually I just do random things, but this one I want to talk about people. So yeah, you guys can go ahead and ask your questions. I'll pin them up, but also make sure if you have any topics that you want me to get into, y'all also post that as well so I can like get some stuff ready to talk about those things. So it is 9:20. Boom. So between now and 9:30, we're gonna talk. So let us get through the questions. Let me post this up. So first up, thank you to Jordan. Hello, how are you? What is your lip combo? I do the same thing every time. I would show y'all, but I just put all my makeup up. But I use the Kiss dark brown lip liner, and then I just use any lip gloss at all that's like very hydrating, you know, very, you know, that the hydrating ones, not the ones that's too sticky, not the ones that's too gritty. I don't use any shimmer, just the Kiss, literally from the beauty supply store. I'm the type of girl who, unless it's like needed that I have to buy something that's expensive, you're gonna see me right there at your local beauty supply. Even my foundation, I think I just used the Revlon Color Stay. We love that. So yeah, just a brown lip liner from Kiss, line my lips, and then any clear lip gloss. Again, I would show it to y'all, but I put everything up right before I got on live. So maybe I can post it to my community tab. So thank you, Jordan. Hope you're having a great night. Let's see. Here we are. So we have another one, King Neptune. How you doing? Hope you're doing great tonight. How do you get your samples cleared for your songs, or is there a loophole or something to it? Good question. Yes, there's technically a loophole. I'm not actually sampling any of these songs. I get all my beats custom made. So you can ask a producer if they make custom beats, which I have an in-house producer. If y'all want me to share his information, I can. He's based out of Baltimore. One of my friends from 7th grade, but he's been very into music for a while. and you can get a custom beat to sound like a similar beat. So if you look at vocal samples in any of my songs, like Ceremony, that obviously is like a sample of Gotta Get You Home by Foxy Brown, which she also sampled that song from an older artist. But like the melodies can be the same, but all my instruments are different, as well as any vocal samples are completely different. Like my song Free Mind, obviously that's like a cover per se of Thames Free Mind. Well, my song is not called Free Mind. My song's called Let's Go. Sorry, y'all. I meant to say the wrong thing, but my song Let's Go is obviously like a Free Mind cover from Tim's, but if you listen to like the actual vocal sample, that's my producer. And I think I had like a little bit of my voice on there as well. So just play with it, use your voice to kind of put your samples per se. And then you can get a producer that will make beats that are similar to other beats, but not the exact beat, so that you're not getting, you don't have to go through that process, because essentially you can do covers to any songs. Usually if you hear beats on YouTube and it's like, let's just say, what song did I hear today? Where's my Apple Music? Let me see what's the first song on here. If you get on there and it's okay, JT Sideways, that was the last song. If you wanted to have like a JT Sideways, but you want that exact beat, literally you can ask a producer to produce something that's similar to it, that just has different instruments. Always ask them for different instruments so you don't have to worry about like copyright and things like that. So I hope that answers your question. Thank you for stopping. I hope you have a good night. Next question, A Cell. Hey girl. I think you're in the medical field from the little picture I can see. Shout out to you. Your thoughts on Nicki's You're So Far. The song, I have to re-listen to all this stuff. Hold on, let me get my stuff. Well, I can't play it. I can't even play it. Sorry, y'all. I'm gonna get copyrighting my damn self. I think that's what you're asking. Let me know if you're asking that. But I can't play the song, so come back to me. I'm gonna come back to me. Next question. We got Whack. Your eyes are so big and pretty. Sorry, that's not even a question, but thank you. I appreciate that. I do love my eyes. I feel like I try to accentuate them. Next question is from Joyce. Chioma, what's new with you? Honestly, I've just been in my content creator bag. Everything I've been doing is just posting a lot, focusing on just getting a lot of content, stop taking hiatuses from YouTube. My TikTok, I've been promoting in every video. I've been posting a lot on TikTok. Go check me out if you haven't already. It's probably the Queen Chioma on everything. But just really, really like today. Okay, so thank you for asking this, because the reason why I'm so done up, and y'all, I usually do come on here pretty nice and stuff. However, I got ready to go shoot my own content that I was going to do. I have like a nice outfit underneath this and everything. I have my hair, makeup, everything. I get to the location. Number one, I had lost my son today, like not my baby, but like the sun. The sun went down, so my pictures weren't going to come out how I envisioned them. And then when I actually got there, the scenery was not what I thought it was going to be from what I saw online. So I went to another place and that wasn't it. Then I went downtown and I couldn't find parking. I gave up today. So I'm like, I'm gonna just come back and get on live. But yeah, and what's new with me is just being super focused on getting a lot more content out for you guys and being super consistent, because my videos did really good last week and I put a lot of work into it. I was on it. Anything that came out, I was on it. So make sure if y'all have any video requests, you're messaging me on Instagram, on my community tab here on YouTube. You can write me on Twitter. Usually I ask on Twitter. And I do have Snapchat and TikTok as well. So thank you. Question is from Bugs Bunny. Hey, girl. Hey, Chioma. I'm one of your younger viewers. My question is, how do you decide on what you wanted to major in college? Okay, so this is a great question, and thanks for asking. Honestly, going into college, my parents decided for me, which I would not recommend any of y'all doing. If you know that your parents or your family or just somebody in your life is pushing you to do a career and you have doubts about it, don't do it. You don't want to waste your money. You don't want to waste your time, and you definitely do not want to ruin your grades, because that's what happened to me. Can't wait to tell my story one day. Honestly, I was a pharmacy major. I never really liked science. I just was always good in pretty much every subject because, I grew up with family that basically told me, yeah, you better do good in school. So I switched to business because I liked business. I always thought I wanted to be a business owner. And I did like business, but my YouTube channel honestly started taking off. And I felt like, well, this is my career right now. It's giving me a lot of, exposure, money, opportunities, collaborations. And I really knew that I wanted to take my YouTube to the next level. So I thought the major that most most suited YouTube, and what I was doing was communications. So honestly, being in college, I explored, I talked to other students. You would ask people, what's your major? And when you get to college, the number one question people are going to ask you is, oh, what's your name, what year are you, what's your major, and where you from? Those like the 4 introductory questions. So hi, my name is Chioma, I'm from Philly, I'm a sophomore, and my major is communications. That's literally all you're going to say for like the first year or two. So I just found communications to fit right in with YouTube. I was a mass communications major. You can also do media communications. That's if you're like into the cameras and the audio and the technical equipment. The behind the scenes stuff, maybe like journalism, those are like media communications. I did mass communications because I like writing, I like scripts, I like the talking aspect of everything. So you can either go anyway, depending on how your college is, but that's how I decided what major I wanted to do. My YouTube was picking up, and I felt like, well, this is already making me money and I want this to be my career. So why not major in something that kind of matches with that? So I'm assuming you're in high school, maybe, or maybe early college, hang in there, girl. And hit me up if you have any more questions about college. Let's see. Next question. This is not a question, but I saw this. Princess Amy. Hey girl. I bought my prom dress I'm thinking you mean off of the shelf. Will I be made fun of for that because everyone's getting their dresses custom made and I'm not due to finances? Absolutely not. First of all, fashion is very subjective. You can make fashion what it is. If you got okay, I just knocked over my phone. If you got your prom dress off the shelf or from anywhere, so be it. Have your hair bomb, makeup bomb, your accessories, make your stuff look how you want to look. I feel like if you in fashion world and like the modeling world, y'all know I'm in the modeling world, like there's this thing like the little black dress. I can't talk tonight. And I feel like that just means like the little black dress is so simple, it's so simplistic. And when you have that and you learn how to accessorize that, you can show all of your personality through that. So I don't think you're going to get made fun of. Absolutely not. As long as you come correct with everything and how your style is, it is what it is. The crazy part is a lot of those girls buying those custom made dresses, they're never going to wear it after that night. So I'm not going to say it's a waste of money because I feel like, invest in prom, you only get 1 or 2 proms depending on how your school does it. But nobody's going to ask you about prom in college. Nobody cares. I'm just going to be sober. I didn't even go to the prom. So enjoy your night, and I hope that your prom is fun. Let's see. Next question, totally off topic. Hey, Cameron. But are you ready for Baddies Caribbean? I watched a video today that was like spilling tea on like who the new cast members are. I just want to see who they're gonna cast because then that's gonna tell me whether or not I should like really watch it deeply or if it's gonna be the same old thing. I mean, the auditions was corny. I know they still got 1 more episode to come out, and me and my boyfriend are gonna watch it. We watched the other one like last night, if not the night before, and we were just like, this is so like they're not even picking girls, which is what they do every time. So we shall see. We shall see. I just want to see them release the cast, and then I'm gonna go from there. Next question. Okay, y'all got the next question. Jay So Brazy, what's up? Opinions on Baddies Caribbean auditions. Well, shit, let's just get into it. I feel like Baddies Caribbean's auditions, the girls were super bullied, like to me. Like, I don't know, like something about the production gave, like they had a bigger venue, it looked more organized, but was it me? But when I was watching it, I really felt like all I could see was like open space. Like I feel like it wasn't as many people as they thought as it was supposed to be. I didn't see that many people when I was watching it. For some reason, I thought it looked like it was a little bit scanty. And for that reason, I was just like, are people like, I think a lot of people just didn't care. I mean, it's Miami, so people are going to come out anyway. But in terms of the girls and what they were doing in terms of like rating people or saying yes or no, I don't know what they're actually looking for in a baddie. Like, let me see if I can, how do I share my screen again? Hold on, y'all. I forgot how to work this thing. I don't remember. I do not even remember. I will figure it out as we do this. But I don't know. I just feel like they're not looking for baddies. Like I feel like they're just simply looking for people that's good for TV, maybe. Let me see if I can. Do I need to remove myself from the stage? Give me 1 second. Nope, that was wrong. How the hell did I do this the last time? I do not remember. Nah. I have to figure out how I did it. Maybe I have to take the comments off the page. Let's try that. No, that ain't even it. That ain't it. But I did it the last time I was on here. It is what it is. However, I feel like it was giving. Okay, hold on. Is this it? Extra camera slides. No, that ain't it. In my Charlemagne voice, that ain't it. Settings. I'll figure it out again because I know last time I was doing it, so that's crazy. But it was giving bully to me. A lot of the girls, I don't know what they're looking for. And I found it weird that they were all very, very like buddy friends at that point because y'all weren't friends on the show. Y'all were fighting each other for no reason. But whispers say that, you know, the next baddies Caribbeans, it's going to be like more girls on top of that longer. So they already dragged the last season out. That was like 20 episodes. I'm like, when is this over? So this one, I don't know if they're going to do the same thing. We shall see. Let's see. Next one. Rose Aesthetic, hey sis. Y'all ready for Hallie's new song? Yeah, I'm ready for Hallie's new song. I'm ready for Chloe's new song. I'm ready for Cardi's new song. I'm ready for Meg's new song. This Friday is gonna be some good stuff for women in music. I'm ready. I want to hear what the girls have to say, especially Cardi, because I feel like some people were like saying that I went a little bit too hard on her in the last video, but personally, I want Cardi B to do good in music because her first debut was pretty good, but I just feel like nothing has been picking up. Like, am I wrong for saying that? I just want to see what else she has. So I felt like the song Like What was not bad. Like people were like, no, it was trash. It was trash. It was just the visuals. But like the lyrics of the song to me weren't that bad. The beat obviously is a sample. It wasn't bad to me. I want to see what she's going to do on Friday. So whatever she drops on Friday is take it as not her dropping an album, but she already just dropped a single. So she's dropping another single and it's what, 2-3 weeks later, maybe. If whatever she drops comes Friday, if it's not received well, I don't know. But I want to see. She didn't preview anything. I want to see what she's going to do. So I'm waiting. We're going to see what happens. Next question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? And what lesson/advice would you give your former self or anyone compared to where you are now, mentally, financially, spiritually? Hey, Shay, thank you for asking this question. In 5 years, I will be 31. Okay, so at 31, I want to be married. I may not have kids yet, but I do want to be married. I want to be thriving in my businesses outside of YouTube. I have like Queen Teen Models modeling agency. I want to start some other businesses. I definitely want to get into real estate, whether it's actually selling homes or buying and flipping homes or just owning a home. Number one, I really want to own a home. And I think I can do it before I even get to my 5-year mark. I want to move. Y'all know I currently live in Ohio and I hate it here. I've been asking y'all questions on where to move, where to go, all of those different things. And by the end of 2023, I just know I'm not going to be living here. I've been looking at different places. I know I was asking y'all about Houston. I was asking y'all about Dallas. Atlanta has entered the chat. I'll be honest. I know I said I would never live in Atlanta, but I've just been getting a lot of opportunities since I've been going out there. And I just went out there at the beginning of the year just on some like, all right, well, to make a long story short, it was going to be, I'm going to be real, it was going to be cheaper for me to go to Atlanta for a few days when I had went to Miami. So I'm like, okay, well, let me just see what's about. I hadn't been to Atlanta in about 4 years at that point. So I'm like, let me see what's about. And I had a good time. And then on top of that, I just been getting some opportunities. I've been linking up with like a publicist. And I just am like, I will consider it. So I'm going to be in Atlanta again at the end of this month. And then I do plan on going back to Texas for my birthday. I'm having my birthday in Houston. That's in July. I already went to Dallas at the end of last year. So we're going to see. We're going to see. But I definitely want to move. Now, in terms of lessons and advice I would give my former self, I would definitely say, stick to your morals. I feel like a lot of times as young women, we veer off. Sometimes things in life throw us off and we have like a plan in our head. Try to stick to that plan. That way mentally you're straight. And I think mentally you have to understand how to take breaks, number one. And also when to know a situation isn't for you, like move out of those situations. Kind of redirect yourself back to what you know is right. Because I think there's a lot of bad evil temptations in the world that oftentimes we fall into, especially with like social media and, just the way how the state of people's minds are. Financially, save your money. I just got a financial advisor last year. So I'm paying into like an account. I have life insurance. I have just my regular savings account. I have other things that I just put money into, especially because I said my financial goal is to buy a house before 30. I want to buy a house before 30. So T minus 4 years. And that's like my financial goals. But in terms of like advice, I would say save. Start with some type of savings account. There's a statistic that I read and it said about 95% of African Americans in the United States do not have at least $500 in their savings account, which I think is beyond crazy. But it might be true, and maybe the number has changed, but definitely save your money. Stop eating out. I'll say that. Learn to cook your own meals, because eating out will run you broke. I feel like a lot of my money comes from dining, or a lot of the money that I spend comes from eating out. So I had to stop that. Even my man got on me about that. Like, stop buying food out, cook your own food. Stretch what you can. And then spiritually, I mean, if we're talking about like religious, I've gotten closer to God over the last few years. And then in terms of like just the belief in yourself, I think it just depends on where you are. If I could go back before, I would have told myself while in college, be closer to God, because I feel like in college there was a lot of like I said, temptation. There was a lot of people that are not going to last in that environment. A lot of people start college and don't finish it. So definitely, I wish I would have been a lot closer to God back at that time, because then it sets you apart. And even so, if you still are mixing and you want to be a part of groups, like, you can still know when enough is enough and when to walk away, because you have somebody, God, in your brain, in your shoulder, in the room, in spirit, telling you things. And you also, when you read your scripture, some of those things pop up in your brain so that you're recognizing what's going on right there in your life. So I hope that answered your question. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Let's see. Stephanie, hey girl. Hey Chioma, is the Ivory Coast song still coming out? I haven't stopped singing One Time for the Melanin Girls. Let me hear you say, okay, yes. Yes, the Ivory Coast. I love that you even know that. Yes. I've been going through a transition in terms of music with management, and also I have a lot of hip hop songs and I want to get them out. That way I can like fully transition into like Afro beats. So I've been working with new music management, I guess you can say, and also just trying to put out a diverse range of songs. So all of y'all that watch me who are African, or you just love Afro beats, or you like, any type of those, what do you want to call it? Just African songs. Those will be coming out. Definitely this year, I'm dropping an Afro beats project. So I'll throw that out there. Don't want to say too much, but One Time will be on there. The Ivory Coast song it's called Oh Man. That'll be on there. And I also have another song I was working on that you guys are gonna like. It's called Like This, Like That. I like a this, I like a that. Hey, I like a this, I like a that. Y'all are gonna like that one, club banger. And then I think I'm gonna add like 2 to 3 other songs on there and just do like an Afrobeats EP. So look out for that. Probably before the year's over. And I want to blow it up for Deti December. So we're gonna go and try and get that going. So thank you, Stephanie. Really appreciate that. I think did I get everybody? Okay. Hey, Acel, I'm back at you, baby. She said, my bad. I was asking about your thoughts on her tour. Yes, thank you. I'm an RN 4 years now as of last month. Congrats and thank you. My mother is also an RN, but she's now in case management. So respect to all the nurses. I know it is not easy. But yes, her tour. I wanted to go to her Philly show, but my friends, like, it was just a clash of like scheduling and stuff. So hopefully I can still get to something, because I do want to see Nikki on tour. But to me, it looks like she's been killing it. It's been sold out. The first day in Oakland was sold out, as well as I think her second city after that was also sold out. And I know I saw like the backlash of like, she was getting, some fan was singing, some fan was singing, and I guess they didn't sing right away. I don't know. I was like, what the hell is going on? But like, I didn't watch the whole video, so I can't even speak on it. Nikki took the mic back from her. It's typical Nikki antics to me. And then there was a clip of her like being mad at her hairstylist. In all honesty, like, I'm a Nikki fan, so yeah, I could be a little bit biased sometimes, but I really feel like if she was yelling at the stylist, there had to be a reason. I don't want to just mark it off as that because you know it is show business and it is like her. So I know there's been a few times that I've been on set in modeling. 1 second, yes, yeah. You got a flat tire. No, I'm not. You can use my car. Sorry, y'all. But it's a few times I done been on set and literally, yeah, I didn't snap. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm a nice girl, don't get me wrong, but depending on how stuff going, sometimes you just gotta check something. But I don't know what happened. But in terms of the music, I do want to see Nicki on tour. It looks like she's been doing a good job. And like I know it's like a lot of backlash she was getting because I even was on Nicki's top when she was doing the whole thing with the Hiss song. I thought that was like the Bigfoot song to me. I didn't like it. I didn't like the rant. I didn't like her antics. I didn't like it at all. Period. I'm gonna just say that. But in terms of the tour, I'm glad that she's focusing the energy on that. And we'll see what happens. There'll be more to come out. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Next up. Lay Doll Chick. Hey baby. If you could collaborate with any artist right now, who would it be? This is like hard to give it to one because I feel like when I'm thinking about my songs, right? I have different types of music. Like if I want to collaborate with an Afrobeats artist, okay, so first person came to my head, Ira Star. She's an Afrobeats artist out of Nigeria. I was just looking at her page today. I'm like, I just want to do a song with her. Like, I feel like one of my songs on my imagine her on the song One Time for the African Girls. Like, she need to be on the remix. Like, her or Rema, but Ira Star. I love Ira Star. In terms of like R&B, Ella May. For me personally, I love Ella May. I have one song, or Coco Jones, one of the two. Love both of them. Even Chloe Bailey, like I love Chloe Bailey. I liked her last single. I'm gonna actually talk about her in my unpopular opinions video that's dropping on Friday. But I like those three in terms of R&B. Now in terms of hip hop, let's see. We'll do male rappers, we'll do female rappers. In terms of male rappers, I don't know. I feel like all of the guys out right now is like kind of the same thing. Like you can get the same thing from everybody, just different look. So I don't really know. Male rapper. I told you I'm a little bit like ratchet when it comes to the type of music I listen to. Y'all be like, oh, why don't you listen to this girl? I'll be listening to like V's and whatnot. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Shout out to Detroit. I don't know. In terms of male rappers, I really don't know. In terms of female rappers, I feel like it's all kind of like one in the same way. So it's kind of hard for me to like pick. Maybe somebody more underground. Like I like Mona Leo in terms of female rappers. I like Callie. I like them. I feel like they're really kind of underrated in terms of like, especially Mona Leo. I feel like she has everything to be mainstream. In terms of the guys, like there's nobody that just springs to my head. Of course, all of the big people that we all know, but there's like nobody that like jumps to the front of my brain. I feel like male rappers aren't as popular right now, so I don't really pay attention to them. I'm not gonna lie. I don't be paying attention to them as much, but we shall see. This gonna sound crazy, but I do like Jack Harlow. I know some people don't, but I would do a song with Jack Harlow for sure. And y'all probably like, damn, you gonna pick the white boy over somebody else? But it's just like I can't think of anybody, but I just saw him on my page like right now. So I don't know, but maybe I'll know in a second. Let's see. So Goddess of Genesis, hey sis, TikTok ban. We're gonna get to that after the questions. I think I'm already over time. Yeah, I didn't went over here like longer, but y'all be rambling. Let's see. Another question, Anika Normal. Hey, baby. She said, are you able to find a job outside of YouTube with your degree? Yes. I feel like I've been actually wanting to work a job. When I move, I should say, I would like to just work. I don't know, full-time, part-time, I don't know, and still do YouTube. But I feel like my degree could possibly make me the same amount of money now. Now, if my channel blows up tomorrow, shit, it might not, it might will. I would be making decent amount. I love YouTube. YouTube does pay the bills. However, my degree can make me money. That's why I always tell people, like, if you have a degree, yeah, you might not use it. It may just be a piece of paper, but nobody can take that education from you. So at any point in your life, you can leverage your payment or whatever you want just because you have a degree. But I am able to. I have a degree in communications. Here's my baby right here. Come on out. Come and show everybody who you are. Show yourself. Here it is from the University of Toledo. Go Rockets as always. But I do have a bachelor's of arts. There's me. Graduated May 8th, 2020. I didn't even know it was that date. But That's my degree, but I definitely can. I can work pretty much in like the media side if I want to. But I kind of want to tap more into like the social media side because I feel like social media jobs are really popular these days with the advancement of social media and stuff. And we're going to talk about TikTok. Um, I don't know who this is calling me on WhatsApp. Who is this? Yeah, we'll come back to that. Probably one of my Nigerian aunties, but we'll come back to that. But yes, I am. Thank you. Let's see. What other questions? What other questions? Here's another one. Oh, here you are again. Hey, girl. Opinions on relearning how to wear heels. I'm plus size and recovering from a car accident, but I want to train my legs to handle heels. Definitely work out. I feel like if you get a lot more strength in like your knees, your shins, your quads as well. If you do like calf raises, I feel like those help me get stronger in my ankles and stuff. I would love to get better at being stronger in the core as well. I feel like your core is where everything comes from. So I would say relearning how to wear heels is one thing, but training your body to have that muscle memory to be on heels would definitely be like really beneficial if you go to the gym or you just work out at home. I try to do a mixture of both. And then start with like flats, work your way up to wedges, then get like short, chunky heels before you get to like the stilettos and the pumps in the club. Hey, no, I'm just playing. But before you get to that, I would just start small and work it back up. That way it's not too hard on your injury. Let's see. Next one, Stephanie. Hey girl, you're back. Opinions on what Joe Budden said about female rap wave coming to an end and being over. Yeah, I talked about this in my Cardi B is over video. I agree with Joe. I'm not going to lie to you. I wish I could pull it up, but last time he copyrighted my video, so I had to take it out. That's why at first I had the whole clip in there, and the next I just have screen grabs because he tried to play me, but it's okay. But I agree. I do think that people are starting to catch on to the female rapper pattern, and people aren't as like enamored by it. I think that people are trying to like find real talent again, which is great. And I'm gonna tell you, I feel like I have real talent. I'm gonna just talk myself up. That's just how I am. And I feel like even with like the attention on certain female rappers, when we see these girls do like freestyles and stuff, like some of them blow, but like for the most part, the comments be like, "Oh, we've already seen this." Trust me, mark my words. I've already said this before. A lot of these girls are not going to stick. And to me, I don't mean to like call nobody out, but I am going to. I feel like Sexy Red is gonna start to die out. It's just my opinion. May or may not happen. I ain't hating on Shorty or nothing, but I feel like it's gonna start to die out because her antics and just like the aesthetic of it, like people are tired of that. It was cool for the last summer. She blew up, and I do believe she's gonna maintain a career, but I feel like people aren't gonna care as much because people are looking for a different type of talent. Let's see. Next question. Hello, JT. She says, do you think streaming services will last forever as our source of entertainment or until the 2040s or 2050s? People have complaints about it. For me, I don't care. Streaming services like Netflix, Hulu, Stars, all that stuff. I think that at first they were a better alternative to cable because you could pause, you could rewind, you could watch shows that weren't airing on TV. They were and it was affordable. Let's start there. However, now that I see that it's not, first of all, my Netflix keeps going up. They don't have the best selection, and the writer's strike definitely threw a lot of people off with putting out shows and stuff like that. I feel like it'll last, but it's just going to take a downtick before people come back to it. I think cable TV is a thing of the past, but obviously we still watch it. And I don't know. I still feel like it's going to be here for a while. Maybe, like you said, to the 2040s or 50s, but we'll probably have some type of new technology to kind of redo entertainment in that way. That's just my opinion. Next question. Hey, baby, you back. Do you think all of the dark skeletons of Hollywood will come out this year? People be talking about it's the age of Aquarius. So y'all can tell me what that means because I genuinely do not know. But I see a lot of people keep talking about age of Aquarius, Revelations. I'm like, well, shit. In terms of revelations in the Bible, you can see why all this stuff is happening. Hey, we ain't gonna get too deep now. But I do think a lot more stuff is gonna come out. I think we are just seeing the beginning, scratching the surface. In terms of like Diddy, I feel like we're gonna see some indictments in the next 3 to 6 months. My opinion may or may not happen, but he's done a lot of sinister things. We saw what happened with Bill Cosby. We saw what happened with Harvey Weinstein. We saw what happened with who else? Jeffrey Epstein. We've seen a lot of people get caught out over the years, recently for things. I think they're cleaning out house, and there has to be a reason. You can think it's all these like conspiracies, which also may be true, but I do think people's time just come to an end. You can only do bad for so long. So we shall see what happens next. Someone just said just click the icon in the middle, click add to screen in the middle column. I don't even have that for some reason. Oh, duh. Here we go. Let me see if it even worked. Well, I don't know if it's gonna work. Wow. Thank you. I found it again. Thank you. I appreciate that. I was going to show y'all the baddie stuff, but we'll get to that after. I'm gonna get to the TikTok stuff. I wanted to talk about that in a second. Oh, yes. Yes, girl. AB, thank you. She said, OMG, it was a little cringe for the next episode. It looks like they beat up the blind girl. I saw that. Bro, my boyfriend I was watching, we was like, whoa, hold on. Somebody just got beat up and the girl was blind. Because remember, she was in the first episode and they picked her. They gave her a ticket to go to the next episode. So I'm just like, if she gets beat up, whoever that is about to get slandered on social media. So she just better prepare for next Sunday. Because if you beat up a blind person, that's crazy. Like, that's crazy. But yeah, I saw that. We're gonna see what happens on Sunday. I'll be back if anything crazy happens with my opinion. Who else? Okay, boom. Kai 2021. Hey baby. Opinion on Normani teasing dopamine. Just drop, girl. We waiting. Like Normani, we've been waiting for you at the door for a long time. Drop that joint. Like we waiting. Like, I don't know. Like, I like the fact that she's like playing around, but I want to date. I want to date. And I want to see the songs. I want to see the project. We've been waiting. I love Normani. That's another artist I would love to collaborate with. And I want to see the date and just drop it, babe. We rare. We want to see it. Okay. That's just that. I hope y'all agree with me. Let's see. Next question, Jordan. Hello, you were the first question, so thanks for coming back with another one. What do you think Doja Cat should do to get the main public back? I used to love Doja, but she's just different. I don't know why. Thoughts? Good question. I don't know. I just think Doja just overdid it. I think all she can do is put out good music and people are going to like it and forget about the stuff in the past. Like, I think that's just what her little routine needs to be, because at this point it's kind of like a lot of people are just turned off to like the antics of a lot of celebrities. I think people want real talent, authenticity, and like normalcy to come back. We love a good kiki, we love a good gag, we love a good viral moment, we love a good dragging, we love a good shock that comes from some of these people. However, I just kind of feel like she did too much, and the only way that she could come back is just put out good music. Like, just put out just hold on. Just put out good music, and I think people will start to like let it go. Her Agora Hill song, I don't know why, but I had been hearing the song for so long and I didn't even know it was Doja Cat. I guess I don't recognize her voice per se all the time, but I thought the song was cool. I mean, it's kind of overplayed. I hear it a lot, but I just think she needs to keep dropping good music and people will kind of like forget about it a little bit, because this generation, like, we're just a little fickle minded and we let a lot of stuff slide, and it's probably going to work in her benefit anyway. But Doja Cat is already talented, so it's not like she's like problematic in a way where all she's known for is like ratchet reality TV, or maybe she's not even a good rapper. She's a good rapper. She's a great artist, very creative, very dope. I remember when I heard her voice on Ariana Grande's, what was the song? 69? 34, 35. Sorry, y'all. 34, 35. Her verse on that was crazy. Like, I know it's like more of like a sexy song, but I feel like if you can give me a sexual song, but it's bars, I'm gonna like it, period. So yeah, I think she just needs to drop more music, and just the people will eventually kind of, kind of get over that a little bit. Let's see. Next question. Let's see. I'm trying to get to the questions. Okay, we got another one. Lachelle, hey Lachelle, are you and your boyfriend in a long distance relationship? We are. We definitely are. But I feel like we see each other a lot. At this point, we be making it work. That it doesn't always feel that way. The physical aspect, yes, it's like okay, I don't physically see you every day, but we on FaceTime all the time. I'm like I said, I'm going to Atlanta in a few weeks. He was just with me 2 weeks ago. I was with him 2 weeks prior to that. And then 2 weeks from when I go to Atlanta, he's gonna be back with me again. So like pretty much every 2-3 weeks we see each other. So it's long distance, which sucks. But it's just temporary to me. I feel like long distance relationships can work if two people want it to work. So at the moment, yes, but I hope that eventually, because he also, has his own life and stuff. So I'm just trying to do my life, but also like consider that. But I hope that eventually we can like end up somewhere. The crazy part is I want to move to Texas, right? He lives in Georgia, but I want to move to Texas eventually. And then when we met, like he was just like, "Yeah, I want to live in Texas." So I was just like, "Well, shit, look like we on the same page." But we're gonna see when we cross that bridge. But yes, at the moment we are in a long distance relationship. And y'all can ask me relationship questions. Y'all know I ain't never been one to bite my tongue, but I don't say everything now. But go ahead. I know it's coming. So y'all been asking me stuff on TikTok and whatnot. Definitely follow me on TikTok as well. Let me plug that again. Let's see. Um Okay, we got a question in here from somebody that's asking y'all. She said, "Y'all, should I go to Atlanta or North Carolina for college? Lord help me, LOL." Well, let us know what colleges you're considering, because the city is one thing, but the college is another. So tell us what colleges you're considering, and maybe we might have some alumni in the chat, or just people that live in the area that can tell you, or just people that are like familiar with like the whole process of going to college, and then maybe we can help you out a little bit better. Let's see. Um, okay, boom, hold on. I gotta post this. Jaylee M. They Vanilla Detroit hard. Love her. Love her. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. I seen her on the radar cipher. She was the first girl to go. Ate that joint down. I was like, see, these are the girls that need to be mainstream. It's girls like her that need to be mainstream. You feel me? Y'all can talk, y'all can talk about y'all sex appeal, y'all riches and all that, but just give me bars. Okay. Give me bars. That's what I asked for. So yeah, I just wanted to pin that because I seen that. Shout out to Detroit. Shout out to her. She's popping. I just followed her on Instagram like a few weeks ago, but I had already seen her, and I don't know. I like her voice. I like her style. She's dope. So just wanted to make sure that I throw that out there. Let's see. Okay, another question, y'all. Maybe this is gonna be an hour of questions, and then we'll get to our stuff. I am so hot in here. 1 second. Let me turn the fan on. It is hot in this room. It's just, woo. It's hot outside. I close the window. All right, there we go. All right, y'all. Okay, so opinions on Ariana Grande and her messy behavior of acting like a homewrecker. I don't be paying attention to her. I'm not gonna lie. I think she's dropped. Did she drop an album or is about to or something? I don't pay attention to her like that. But I did see all of that. And personally, I just feel like there's a lot of women who think because they have like certain things, whether it's the fame, the money, the looks, whatever, they can do whatever they want. And it just goes to show that she's not a girl's girl. And I think that's like very telling of her character. I feel like a lot of her dating choices have always been very sporadic. Like we get on Lori Harvey, but like Ariana Grande, Kendall Jenner, Taylor Swift, these girls be dating. Like I can name like 5 boyfriends they've all had in public relationships. And I don't necessarily think it's wrong. I mean, if a relationship doesn't work out, you're gonna move on with your life, right? However, it's like I don't know how committed these girls are to all this stuff. I don't know if it's them. I don't know if it's the men. I don't know. However, I don't think she's a girl's girl. And I feel like she should have considered what she was doing. Granted, a man allowed her to home wreck his home. But needless to say, as the celebrity in the relationship who has thousands of fans, and who had millions of fans, and who's such a big name, I feel like she should have moved a lot smarter versus what she actually did. Um, let's see our next question. Dia Dior, hey babe. She said, "Did you always want to rap?" The crazy part is, yes. Like, I think people be like, "Oh, you just all of a sudden want to rap, or you just want to be like these girls. You talk shit about the I don't care. Like, who cares?" Um, if I go to my Facebook right now, and I would, but I was rapping on a Nicki song. I'm not trying to get Cardi. Woo! I'm not trying to get copywritten. Excuse me. I just read somebody comment. I would play y'all like this is a rap from. Actually, will I get copywritten? I don't know, but I've been rapping since like literally the age of 13. I have a song that I did for my 8th grade graduation, and I remember it verbatim, and it was to Nicki's Moment for Life. It was like, I got the mic. This is the situation. Class of 2015 just had our graduation. This is our spot. Call it Delamation in August. High school is our destination. We'll be in high school after vacation. Experience new things. It's time for, I don't even remember. It's time for exploration, and I must acknowledge there's only 4 more years until we're off to college. And then I said some other stuff, but I just remember that like that was me when I was 13. So I've been making music and writing stuff. I remember my cousin hit me up like a month or so ago, and he was like, "Yo, your old rap just came up on my Facebook. It's been 10 years since you dropped this, probably even longer. It was definitely meant for you to be an artist." So it's like once I got the opportunity to just pursue music, because I never thought growing up in an African household that I could ever take music seriously. Let's be real. The Africans in the chat are going to tell me the same thing. I was just like, let me just do this for real. And then when I dropped Ballin', when I tell y'all I was not expecting nobody to care, I dropped that joint. I went on Auntie House, I dropped it. I was not thinking anybody cared about anything. I had the models in the bag, came there, dropped the song. Everybody was like, "Yo, this joint hard." I'm like, really? I wrote that. I'm not gonna say what I'm gonna say, but I wrote the song just like randomly. I was actually at somebody else's studio session when I wrote it randomly. And then I had it written since like probably most of my songs have been written since 2020. I kid you not. The only new songs that y'all have gotten was probably Rich Auntie, that was written well before it came out. So when people like, "Oh, you're getting better," I'm like, if only y'all knew that all of these songs are written at the same time. Like the song, okay, no, new song. The song I've been previewing recently in my video, Professional. Wait, let me stop because I'm trying to be professional. No, let's bring this to. We gotta bring this up. How do I even? I don't know if I could present it because it's not going to be a tab, but get my other phone. Y'all gonna know what I'm talking about when you hear it. Y'all know the song. Hot girl straight up out the microwave oven. Gotta bring the chicken man before you get the stuffing in this beat going crazy, snapping on percussion. Shauna at the top, I'm the #1 prospect. Beat from the Kia when she slid on Cosmic. Photo coming here, boo, I'm trying to make your jaw stick. I got no pics, but I want to see a pocket. Big glossy lips, drown them out like a faucet. So I put them in the cockpit. Call me Betty Crockett, gingerbread baby running fast like Sonic. It's commendable, what's a ceremony, but now it's a festival. New money now, so you gotta move a decimal. Presidential suite and it's looking off congressional. I'm so delectable. Pull your queen card, cause mine is a collectible. Better mind your business and stay off all my genitals. Probably make them high, cause my body's like an edible. Wait, let me stop, cause I'm trying to be professional. Damn. That's what y'all said when you heard that verse. I was like, damn. Y'all know the song. That's a new song. I did write that, like, I don't remember, but just sometime last year, probably. Like, I wrote it last year. But a lot of the other songs are like, I wrote these a long time ago, and there's a lot of them. It's just getting them out to y'all. If and when I like blow with music, like it'll probably be a lot easier to put out full-blown projects because like I'm gonna have a little bit more backing. But yes, to answer your question, I've been rapping for a very long time. I just never thought I would have the platform or opportunity, and when I got it, I took it, and here we are. Somebody's spamming in here. Miami by Cardi B out this Friday. Miami by Cardi B out this Friday, baby. We talk about that. I'm ready for her to drop. I want to hear it. Oh, you spamming. How do we get you out the job? Yeah, you doing too much, babe. Sorry, I had to get you out of here. Maybe next time you'll respect the chat. Let's see. Let's see. Hey girl, again. What are your thoughts on Iwaju? Great representation, entertaining, heartwarming to watch on Disney Plus. I have not watched it yet, so I will watch it. I'll guess I can watch it with my parents, see what they like, but I haven't watched it yet, so I will definitely check it out and get back and see. I really want to do like a lot more film stuff, like TV shows, movies and stuff, because I went and saw the Bob Marley movie. I can't talk today. I went and saw the Bob Marley movie with my brother and my parents, and that was really good. I wish I could have done a review on it, but I watched it like a few weeks ago at this point. And I want to do like Love is Blind. I'm almost done. My boyfriend and I got to finish watching it. I want to do, what else do I want to talk about? There was another show. What just came out? It was something else, but I want to talk about like movies and shows more. But I don't know if I should do it on my main channel or make a separate channel. I think I've said this before, but y'all let me know. Let me pin this. The planet Pluto entered Aquarius last year and will be there for 20 years. Aquarius is a sign of truth, social justice, and knowledge, etc. Short description of Age of Aquarius. Okay, thank you for clarifying. So now I know that. Thank you, Cosmic Homegirl. Shout out to you. Thank you. Because I always was trying to wonder, like, what are y'all talking about? I'm not really into the whole astrology. But I like when y'all can inform me, because there was somebody's like, check with moon phase or whatever, rising. I don't know. I'm a Cancer. Y'all can tell me what my rising moon and whatnot. Y'all can tell me in the comments so that when people say this stuff, I know what they're talking about. Let's see. Keep going. Okay, I might have to. Okay, so she said, have you shared your thoughts on Ariana Grande's new album? If so, my bad, don't mean to make you repeat. I have not. I did not listen to it yet. I don't know how I know I was seeing so many content creators talk about it, but like I just didn't get to it yet. I was too busy putting out hella content last week, but I'm gonna get to that because maybe I can talk about that as well. Let's see, Princess Amy, she's back. Hey y'all, she's considering going to Clark Atlanta University, which I think is a great school, and then also NCAT. So you're trying to stay in like the HBCU. This is great. So if y'all are alumni or went to the school or just have any family members or are familiar with the area of any of those schools, let her know. Should she go to Clark Atlanta or should she go to NCAT? What y'all think? Let us know so we can help our girl out. Let's see where we at. I think we got to everybody. Did I get to all the questions? I just went on for like a cool hour. I think so. Did we get there? Okay, so you have another question about music. Do you self-distribute? I'm trying to put my music out, but not sure how to get it out there to the public. Yes, I go through United Masters. You can upload your WAV file. Don't do MP3, do WAV file. So make sure you ask your engineer for both the MP3 and the WAV file. Just throwing it out there because I had to learn that lesson. You can upload your song, your cover art, set a release date, and they distribute it. If you pay for like the subscription for the I want to say it's like the whatever the professional one is, whatever, it'll distribute it to all platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, everywhere. Or you can keep the basic one, which will just do, I think, Apple Music, Spotify, and 2 other ones. I can't remember which ones. But yeah. Next question. Lachelle, do you want to stay indie or sign to a label? Stay independent. I don't think I could ever sign to a label. I don't want to be anybody's puppet. I don't want to be a caricature. I don't want anybody to change me. I don't even like people's opinions. And I'm the one be giving my opinions. I don't even like people's opinions for real. So I just, stay independent. I think a lot of people are trying to go back independent, but also have management teams to help them with management deals. I would do that. I would sign to management, but I wouldn't sign to a music label at this moment. And I don't think I'm going to change my mind on that. Let's get to the next one. Someone said Cardi B. Chioma, will you review Cardi B album if it comes out? I most definitely will. You know, I will definitely do that. Next question. Hey, Nay, what are your thoughts on Lupita and Joshua? I see nothing wrong with it. I don't really know Joshua's background though, but in terms of like, I know the race issue always comes into question. I do think, I think it was Gilbert Arenas made her the butt of one of his like colorism jokes. That was her saying like, okay, I'm not really, not that she's not wanted by black men. I think she can definitely get a black man. Of course, she's a beautiful woman, but I just think she has her preference. Like everybody want to talk about preference, but sometimes I feel like people don't consider the fact that black women's preferences sometimes are reactions to their day-to-day interactions with people. I want to bring this up, but I don't want to give them like too much like credit, but we'll come to that in a second. But I have no problem. Oops, sorry, y'all. I have no problem with it. And I do need to know some background about Joshua. I don't know nothing. So if there's anything I need to know, let me know before I say the wrong thing. Let's see. Someone says you have to do your birth chart based off of time and place of birth. I was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I believe it was 1:27 a.m. because I looked at my birth certificate like a few weeks ago. And time and place, or yeah, Philadelphia, PA. Y'all, why was I born in Albert Einstein Hospital? Everybody ghetto ass hospital. Anybody from Philly in here born at Einstein? Because that's where I was born. And time was definitely 1:20. It was like 1:20 something in the morning. I know that for a fact. Let's see. Oh, see, somebody said we need your birthday, birthplace to know your big three. Well, yeah, birthday July 17th, 97, birthplace Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Birth time was definitely 1:20 something in the morning. I know that because I had just seen it. So y'all tell me whatever it is. Here we go. She's saying, please stay independent. They paying out of pocket for hella shit and are mad. Yeah. That's why y'all see music changing with a lot of these female rappers, because a lot of these female rappers, they're signed to deals, but they can't break even anymore, and they're not profiting their labels, and they're either going to get dropped or they're going to get less funded because they don't want to keep paying for all this stuff. They don't want to have to pay for you to get your body done, your hair, and just to be a woman, period, and be in front of a audience. You're going to spend way more money. Like, we spend money on hair, lash. Look at me right now. I have hair. My eyebrows aren't done, but I get my eyebrows done. Lashes, my makeup, nails, just the outfits. It's just more of a cost than it is for men. So yeah, I'm gonna stay independent, baby. We're gonna do independence. Like, it's July 4th, babe. Independence. Someone just said Beyonce has never been a girl's girl, but Halle and Chloe potential isn't Beyonce's fault. Sadly, it's their own. I do see like a 50-50 toss up on this. I feel like for Beyonce to be part of a girls group, she would have had to have been a girls girl. I do think there's a reason why people gravitated towards her. Obviously, she's one of the more talented singers in the group. And I do think obviously colorism plays a factor. Like, let's just be honest here. I'm gonna be real. But Beyonce also was like one of the long-standing members in the group. Like, if you watch any Destiny Child's documentary, Kelly and Beyonce are the only two members from the beginning to the end. You didn't have LaToya in there. You didn't have the girl Farrah, who couldn't sing, was only in the group and never really performed with them. You didn't have all these people come in and out the group and stuff. Like, I feel like she may be very quiet and maybe introverted, in my opinion. And that's why people may think that. But then with the Chloe and Halle thing, I don't see Beyonce push them publicly as much as I feel like she should. But I do agree that part of their approach to mainstream is kind of on them. I don't like necessarily to talk down on the fact that Halle Bailey had a baby with DDG, but I feel like it did put like a different look of her image because people weren't expecting that from her. And then with Chloe had the whole like, oh, she does too much. I think she's honed it in a little bit more. I just don't think like they knew how to transition from child star to grown mature adult. And like, because they were getting so much backlash, a lot of people did tune out. I mean, there's people that are still fans like myself, but people did tune out of that. I don't think they should just rely on Beyonce to like co-sign them because they've already been co-signed by her. So it's like, what more can Beyonce do? Repost their projects, collaborate with them, maybe do a feature, maybe. But I don't think that two individuals who are very talented and have everything should solely rely on that because they want to create a name for themselves and longevity in their respective careers. So I'm a 50-50 toss up with that. Let's see what else we got. What time is it? Okay, yeah. I think, did we get to everybody? I hope so. Someone said I was born at Fitz and Derby. Shout out to the whole Philly. We are here tonight. Let's see. Beyonce shouldn't be expected to do everything, but she still isn't pushing them enough. Okay. That's what I said. I agree with that. Like, I don't think she should be the one person that's pushing the careers for both of them. But I've never really seen her push anything for real. I mean, from jump, like, it's like, yeah, I'm co-signing these girls. I take pictures with them. They have childhood pictures and some more stuff, but like, still, I see what you mean. Someone else said, "Hey Tay B, did you see the viral video of the woman saying that she didn't go on a date with the man because he drove a Toyota Camry?" Yeah, she's a bum bitch. Let's just call it that, because what does that have to do with anything? I mean, if he came in a hoopty, then I guess I get it. But if he had a decent Toyota Camry, I was driving the Toyota Camry before I started driving the car that I'm driving. So like, what you mean? A lot of these girls are so delusional. They wanted to be Jada with us so bad, but like, y'all not Jada with us. Y'all not Ari. Y'all not India. Y'all not none of these rapper baby mamas. You're not none of these athlete baby mamas. The average. Think about how many black men who are young that appeal to these our generation Gen Z that have millions of dollars and whatnot who are attracted to black women. It's seldom. So the fact that a lot of these girls are like trying to live vicariously through girls who, in my opinion, some of them worked hard and some of them got lucky. Let's just say that. I ain't about to diss nobody. It's the fact that y'all want, like, not y'all, but people, there's a lot of women that are so shallow with their standards. You're so focused on material things that you're not focused on what a man is, who he is, how he treats you, and where he's going with his life. Like, I don't think somebody having a Toyota, well, I know somebody having a Toyota Camry would be the reason that I don't talk to you. Now, if you pull up in like some like hoopty that got like the little crank window, maybe the window's down, maybe you got the little garbage bag over the window because your window got busted out, you rolling on a donut. Yeah, I can understand. I'm not gonna lie, I can understand. You rolling a donut with the trash bag in your window, windshield wipers don't work, your brake headlights is out, you gotta crank your window up like it's Soldier Boy cranked. If you gotta crank that window up, I'm gonna be real, like, nah, I'm cool. However, a Toyota Camry ain't never killed nobody. Like, that's a good car. Maybe it's because I'm Nigerian. Y'all know Nigerians love Toyota Camry. Shout out to all the Nigerians in the chat. But literally, I think that's mad weird. And I saw that go viral. I'm just like, next. I just kept scrolling. I can't deal with this whole like relationship, man versus women. Men are saying these things. Women, okay, knock that over. Women are saying this the type men should be doing this. Men are saying that women are doing. I don't watch none of that stuff anymore because it's all like, do what works for you. Like, I just recently got into a relationship after being single for so long, right? And actually, it's to me like a real relationship where like somebody genuinely loves me for me and vice versa. And it's just like I wasn't too focused on like the nitty-gritty details of everything, especially because I'm a young person. We're both young, we're both growing. This is not the end all be all to either one of our lives. I'm not focused on that. So if he has a Toyota Camry today, but a year from now he's in I mean, probably not, but a Wraith, you know what I'm saying, a Phantom or just anything. Shit, a Lambo. Nobody just drives those, but maybe he's in a Range Rover, Rolls Royce. Maybe he's in a Scat Pack Charger. Like, maybe he's in something more uppity. You done messed out on that because you couldn't see the value of that man because of a car. I get it. Have your standards. I would never talk to it. If my boyfriend would have pulled up on our first date with a with a hoopty with the trash bag in the window because it got busted out, windshield wipers don't work, oil change smell because he haven't changed his oil in a while. Gotta crank the window up like his Soldier Boy cranked that in 06, 07, with shit dirty seats, with what else? Radio look like, you know, the people that got like the new radio in the old car. If it would have been that, I'm not gonna lie to you. Call me shallow. I'm not talking to you, babe, because I have better than that. However, I'm not going to judge somebody's car make and model as to why I'm not going to go on a date with them. Like, that's what's going to keep you very single and sad. There's going to be a lot of women about 10 years from now. Let's just say you're me, you're 26. 10 years from now, you're going to be 36. You're going to be mad as hell that you didn't talk to certain guys. And for men, I think it's the same thing. There's a lot of men that say the darndest things. They'll say, oh, I'm not talking to a girl if she don't got a big booty. I'm not talking to a girl if she don't wear designer. I'm not talking to a girl if she's this and that third. You're going to be sad and lonely in a while. Okay. And if that's your preference to be a playboy, permanent playboy, you don't want to settle down ever, then so be it. But for the reality of people who actually want love and people who actually want a life partner, whether you want to be married or just boyfriend and girlfriend forever, for those of us that want that, a lot of people are just ruining their chances because they're looking at stuff that does not matter in a relationship. Somebody's car, make, and model does not matter. Like, it just doesn't. It only matters to materialistic people. I'm telling y'all right now, y'all know my story. A lot of y'all have been watching me for a while. Y'all know what I've gone through. Y'all know, like, just the times I've broken down. I've been transparent. Anything I said in regards to relationships and men. A lot of those situations happened to me because I was focused on the wrong things. I was focused on the look of the relationship. I was focused on what the man had. I was focused on what he could do for me, things like that. When you look at a man's character, which should be the first thing, definitely look at finances, definitely look at career, definitely look at potential, definitely look at mindset. But when you look at anything first, look at the character and then go from there. Okay, you're not going to be able to judge a character of somebody just because they drive a Toyota Camry. If it's a 2024 Toyota Camry, what's the problem? If it's a brand new Toyota Camry, what's the problem? Please tell me. Those are some good cars and they're great on gas. I've had one. Just saying. So yeah, that's just that. But thank you for your comment. I had to go on a little rant. Next up, we got Goddess Genesis. You're back, babe. Hello. Any tips on creating multiple streams of income? At this moment, right off the top of my head, I would create something that's a digital product because I feel like it's easier than having to run this business or have this. If you can try to get a digital product out to people, like selling a course or selling some type of like service digitally, whether it's I don't want to say like Forex, no, but that's not the type of digital product I mean. But like something where you, or like music, I would tell people, honestly, get into producing music. Because once you make the beat, you upload it to your site, people could buy it 100 times for $30. You then came up. Get into digital stuff, things that once you make it, it sells and you don't have to keep recreating it. Or you can just have it be that it's something passive as you go. That would be my opinion on creating multiple streams of income. Try to get into digital products for sure. Next question. Hi, Nay. Will you be buying Beyonce's new hair product that dropped recently? I don't think so. I don't really buy from celebrity brands like that. Like I have to hear that the stuff is great. So let me wait for more reviews to come out. I know there was a little bit of controversy with like the packaging and like other things. I don't look too deeply into that because I feel like in this day and age, people copy everybody. But if she is infringing on somebody else's work, then they should definitely take her to court if that's the case. But I just want to know how the product is going to work before I ever invest. I don't really invest into that many celebrities. Like I'm more likely to invest into an influencer than a celebrity. And you know, those terms can be used interchangeably, but not everybody that's an influencer is a celebrity. So I don't always invest into that type of stuff because I feel like it's kind of been exposed that a lot of celebrities are just here for quick money grabs. A lot of times their products aren't of quality. They rushed it. I remember when Jada Wada came out with her brand, her first launch, like people were like, this is so cheap. There was a lot of people like talking bad about it. And it's just like, that's why. But I would still buy from Jada Wada. You know what I'm saying? I would buy from her. Well, I would buy Skims before I buy Jada Wada, but I would support both. And I know Kim Kardashian is a celebrity, but the amount of people that have raved and spoke highly of Skims lets me know like, okay, it's probably worth me buying. I know it's expensive, but it's probably worth me trying because, okay, it's been out for a while and people like it. So I won't be buying unless I know like for a fact that people really like it. Let's see. I'm trying to get more questions. Okay, someone said, what year were you born, Chioma? I was born in 97. Shout out to everybody that's 97 in here. We turning 27 this year. How does it feel? You feel old yet? I don't feel old yet. I still feel like a young buck. So we gonna see once we get there. But I turned 27 in July. I feel like 27 gonna be better than 26. 25 was a cool year for me. I feel like that was like the year of tick, 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 tick. Everything in the brain just clicked. My brain was fully developed. I realized that you can't be a kid anymore. Like, tell me if y'all felt this too. The day you turn 25, your brain started working differently. That's what happened to me. I'm talking about the day after 25. I'm talking, my birthday was on July 17th. On July 18th, my brain just snapped. Like, something just hit me. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it's like this quarter life thing, but I've been telling people, like, you think life is hard. It is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say it's not. However, I feel like the older you get, once you get past certain parts of life that are hard, life gets better. So every single time, there's always people in my chat talking about your 30s are better than your 20s. I believe it because your 20s to me is not that fun. Everybody wants to maintain youth, but I feel like it's a privilege to age. So 97 born. I'm actually very excited for my birthday this year. Something about 27. I don't know, something about it is just given like I'm gonna live a very good 27 year. 26 didn't really do much for me. It was cool, I guess, but I'm not gonna say I'm ready to be the next age, but I'm looking forward to it. Let's see. Someone said I've been seeing a lot of Toyota hate lately. Y'all better chill. Those are some good cars. If you go to Nigeria, I'm telling you right now, everybody's driving Toyota Camry. Those are some good cars. So, or just Toyota, period. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat right now. Here's another question from Not Your Friend. What is something in the music making process that currently has you intrigued or makes you want to work harder or strive to accomplish, if that makes sense? Something in the music business. I'm gonna tell you one thing that's not. It's like the whole idea of like charting. I feel like it's kind of like something about the charts to me is a little bit manipulated, and I feel like it's become way more obvious. But I feel like just growing as an artist, honestly, like from where I started to where I'm at now, like a lot of people, it was somebody that commented the other day. I wish I could put up YouTube comments, but I'm on StreamYard. But somebody commented the other day and was just like, yo, I used to listen to you and be like, yo, stop rapping, blah, blah, blah. But your new music, I'm liking it. I wish I could play it or find it, but ain't no way I'm about to find it this fast. Yeah, I don't know. But just the growth of an artist, like the music making process, I just know I can expand way better. I feel like some of the songs I'm putting out, because I wrote them before I got to this point, sound like what they sound like, but I'm ready for people to see the new stuff. So let's see. Here's another question about my man. Y'all know he might be watching now. So ask you questions. Is your man a Southern gentleman? Definitely. Definitely. Like I'm gonna be real. I feel like there's a huge difference, and y'all can tell me if I'm wrong. A huge difference in men from the north, I guess is what y'all say. Men from the East Coast, like what I'm used to, Philly, New York, Baltimore. No offense, I wouldn't date nobody from there. No, definitely not from Philly. Definitely not from New York, and definitely not from Baltimore. I'm just gonna have to keep it real. I feel like there's a lot more Southern charm, and that's just what I'm attracted to. So definitely a Southern gentleman. I love me some yes, ma'am. So that's just how I am. Let's see what else is coming. Okay, hold on. We got the answer. Thank you, Cosmic Homegirl. Let me make sure I screenshot this so I know. Says Chioma is a Taurus rising, Cancer sun, and Sagittarius moon. Mercury and Venus in Leo, hence the name Queen in the nickname. Okay, well, shit, I didn't pick the right name. Well, thank you. I did not know this, but I love that, I guess, for me. So y'all can tell me what more. What does that mean? Or I'll look it up myself. I do have one question. I'm a Cancer. And my boyfriend is a Scorpio. So tell me what that means. Okay, tell me what does that mean in terms of compatibility? I don't know nothing about this stuff. So y'all get to telling me and writing me in terms of, I guess, love, commitment, compatibility. What does that mean? So we can kind of learn something new here today. Let's see. What else questions we got? Okay, I think we got a lot of questions. I think I'm gonna just skip to the end because I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I don't know. I think I got everybody. Okay, hold on. Let me pin this. Here goes my girl Allie Ross. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for stopping by tonight. She said, I'm 29, and honestly, yeah, when I hit 25, something did click. Something just clicks. I'm telling y'all, something just boom. And I was like, My sister just turned 25 on Sunday. And then she hit me up like with all these ideas and stuff today. And I'm just like, yep, your click just came in, girl. Like, we gotta get it. We gotta get to popping. So someone else said 27 is young. Enjoy it. Thank you. I'm gonna try my best to enjoy the rest of these 20s. We got about, like I said, 3-4 years left. So we're gonna turn it up for the 20s and then gracefully go into the 30s and see what goes on in there. Let's see. Yeah, see, here's something. Flea and Cece, hey y'all. Say I'm a 1996 baby. I'll be turning 28 next week. I feel so old, but I have to understand I'm still very young. I don't know what it is. Like, they try to make people that are past 25 old. Why is that? Why they keep doing that to us? Like, we're not. Like, I feel like there's no old in your 20s. Like, how can you be old in your 20s, let alone your 30s? How can you be old? And think about a 90-year-old person and you're calling somebody in their 30s old. But imagine what a 90-year-old person would say about a 30-year-old person. That's young. Please stop doing that. So, like, don't think that you're old at all. Like, this is it. Like, this is not even your prime. We still have a lot of life to go, God's grace. And God willing, we will get there. So let's pray about that. Let's see. Remedy by Ari sold out, but I don't know how. I mean, I don't know. I never tried her products, but I feel like Ari's appeal is super big. And being that she's on that show, The Impact, I actually watched the show. I like it. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like she has done a lot to promote herself and really expand her business. So we'll see. You don't know how much inventory these people are buying. So yeah, it could sell out, but you don't know how much of stuff they're putting out there to make it seem like it's selling out. I'm sure it still is, but I'm just saying, like, you don't know how much stuff they have in stock. That could be a reason why it sells out all the time. So we shall see. Next one. It says, I'm from New York and I love Southern men. Hey, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I mean, look, Shorty, you from New York, so you already know how it goes. I can't talk to nobody from New York. I'm sorry. That's just not for me. Growing up, I just knew I was supposed to be from the South, but I wasn't. Y'all know I talk like I'm from Philly, but, you know, I always knew I would move down South one day. So we're going to get the ball rolling. We gonna get the roll rolling. We got another one. Hey, Chels. She said, I just found on your channel. You're Nigerian. Shout out to all the Nigerians in the chat. Go ahead and put the flag up for me. But thank you for watching, love. Thank you for supporting me. And I'm glad you just found me. I'll be back with more. And I got some more content coming out this week. So next one says, okay, hold on. Hopefully, let me tell my man to get in the chat. Let me tell him to start watching the live. So that he could see this. Well, I think we already knew this. Let me text. All right. So it says, thank you, A Price. Cancers and Scorpios are compatible AF. Not gonna I already know, man. It was something like, I don't know. The first date was just like, I wasn't expecting anything, but like we just hit it off and haven't like hit it off of the on ever since. So I think we're very compatible. So I guess the signs definitely prove that. So thank y'all. Both water signs. Okay, so Scorpio's water sign, Cancer's the water sign. Very good. Okay. Someone said, what's wrong with New York men? LOL, I'm from New York and I'm biased since my husband is Trini from Brooklyn. But yeah, most New York men. I mean, look, you got some flavor and some culture added to your man. So that could be a reason. And I'm not saying that's foolproof because we know these Nigerian dudes ain't shit either. Let's call it a spade, a spade, a spade. But me personally tried that before. Philly dude. Baltimore couldn't do it. Ohio, big red X. So can't do that. I'm not gonna say everybody from the South now. Okay, now it's not every state, but just Southern in general. I just feel like I don't know. Maybe it's just because it's a difference from what I know. But I love my man being from the South. I really do. Here's somebody else. We got Ari done yet. India and Dirk are both disgusting for ignoring Dirk's other kids. She clear up everything but that. I didn't know that they were ignoring the other kids. This is news to me. So please send me more on this. Maybe I could do a little more and do a video on this because this is news to me. I did not know that. Write me on Instagram, Snap, YouTube, Twitter. I said Instagram, TikTok, with anything you got because I had no clue. So yeah, this is news to me. Chels, hey girl, my Nigerian babe. I hope y'all doing fine tonight. So you're probably looking like a fine girl. But she said, do you think the female rap topic is getting tired? I've just come to the conclusion none of these girls gonna like each other. It's the same cycle. Yeah, I do think people are very much tired. And I think that at the end of the day, everything has a wave. Everybody has their time, and every trend has its time to trend. And at this moment, I just kind of feel like it's not going to fall off just yet, but it is fading. I think a lot of people are withdrawing their interest in it. People have already chosen their sides. You might be a hottie. You might be a Barb. You might be Barty Gang. You might be, who else is there actually? I don't even know. Just know if I blow We Queen Team, I already called that. Y'all already know why I call y'all. But you might be one of these people. You've already chosen your side. And I think at this point, as these artists age, as well as the fan bases age, there's a turnover that's coming. You know, the newer generation, Gen Alpha, is getting up there where they're gonna have their own people. And I just think at that point, like, it just is what it is. Like, the female rap thing is, female rap entered the chat and is going to stay in the chat, but the type of female rappers is going to definitely change. So we'll go from there. Let's see. Genesis is back once again. Tips on saving and making a budget. I really want to move out while I'm in college. I can't do this anymore. You just have to be very disciplined. You have to know there's a rule that people follow. What did my advisor tell me? It's the 20, I can't remember. It was the 60, 20, 10. No, that's not the right math. 60, 30, 10. Can't remember, but 60% goes to, like, I don't know what to say, it's bills and stuff. Then you got 20% that goes to something else. 10% of that you save. So take whatever your income is, and I could be wrong. Y'all gonna know the real numbers. I can't think of it off my head right now. But you gotta just use 60% of your income to pay bills and things like that, expenses, subscriptions, whatever. 20% should go into some type of savings, and then 10% should be like what you spend. I don't think that's correct, but there's some type of like toss up that he taught me, and I've been following that. So take whatever your income is, find the percentages that work for you, have one for your rent and bills and things like that, have one for your actual, like, you know, spending on whatever you want, and have another one for saving. And if you stick to that, I feel like you can find a really good budget on how to make a budget and maintain that. Let's see. Chels, you're back, baby. Hello again. Are you saving this live stream? I am. So if you gotta go, come back to me. I'll be here tomorrow. We'll see you in the soon. Let's see. Someone says, any tips on getting rid of people pleasing tendencies? Ooh, this is a good one. I love those who really don't care about me, and I see the pain it's causing, but I can't help it and stop loving them. You got to start doing things that you love to do and doing them alone. One thing that I felt like helped me regain that self-love for myself was being isolated with the things that I love to do by myself. So whether it was doing work like YouTube, I literally would go catch a movie by myself, sitting in a home by myself. That way you start to love yourself more and enjoy spending time with yourself. That way you're not pleasing other people. I get where you're at, because I think I've been one of those people too, where like you're a people pleaser. You love people who don't reciprocate it. And eventually you do get tired. So if you don't know the tips right away, you're eventually going to get tired of like however people are doing, y'all, just being real. Next question, or next thing. For you, being a Taurus rising, Scorpio is your opposite sign, aka your relationship and marriage sign. So yes, your man fits right there. Let me tell him, get on the daggone live. Oh yeah, he said he's watching. All right, so hopefully he's listening. But so yes, your man fits right in there with compatibility, which is crazy. I don't think I've ever dated a Scorpio before. Everybody else probably ain't match. You feel me? They definitely ain't match. But that's good to know. And I definitely think that there is some truth to a lot of this stuff. I just don't look into it. So I got to do a little bit more research and stuff. Next one. What are your thoughts on Kai Cenat in Nigeria? I thought it was actually entertaining. The one where he had his friend. Who's the friend? I can't remember his friend. He's light skinned. It was like giving him the names, and they were like, Chibuza. They was like, Chibuza. Chibuza. He had to play the rice bowl. I was weak. Like, I just thought that was mad funny. Like, I think a lot of streamers, I know there is, I think, is it iShowSpeed? Somebody else said that they are going to Nigeria recently. Let me see if I can find it. I think I saw it on Twitter. I just don't want to be wrong. Yes, his name is Phantom. That's the friend, the one that they called Chibuza. That joint was hilarious. I can't remember the other. Oh, yes. It says Speed. Yeah, Speed announced he'll be coming to Nigeria. I would share, but there you go right there. But yeah, I think a lot of influencers are going to start doing this. I seen Jada Weta and her friends were in Nigeria a few months ago. So I don't know what's going on, but I told y'all what Boosie's daughter say. I told y'all, niggas. I told y'all that Afro beats put a lot of like African culture in the mainstream or just in the American market. And now that people are looking at Africa in a different light than what I think white America has made Africa to look like, just through textbooks, through school, through propaganda. People are starting to realize, hey, maybe I can travel to the motherland. Maybe I don't just have to keep going to Cancun and Miami and different, everybody want to just go Cancun, Tulum. That's all people ever want to vacation. You can vacation in Africa. I'm not going to say that your experience is just going to be out of the world. There's different things that Nigerians face that honestly, when I go there, I don't care for it. And by the way, I will be in Nigeria in May. So if I have some subscribers out there, let me know. I'm Imo States girl. I'm Imo States. Y'all know my Igbo is very, very small. So don't come for me. But I'm Umonye Imo States. That's how I say I'm from Imo State, Nigeria, right? Any Igbo speakers? I will Umonye Imo States. But I'll say that. And then I will obviously be in Lagos as well. You can't just go to Nigeria without doing Lagos. But then I was saying that I do feel like it's been entertaining to see Kai in Nigeria. I think his platform is so big that he's putting a spotlight on Nigeria. It's actually a huge deal. And I think a lot more influencers, like I said, I saw Jada Weda. I seen that Speed is about to go. Kai Sennett's there right now. It's going to be a lot more people. And shit, I'm a Nigerian, so I'm big up to that. Shout out to all the Nigerians in the chat too. Next question, Markaya, right? How are you? What's your advice of teenage dating? I'm 15, turning 16 in June. I ain't have no boyfriend when I was a teenager. I had my little boyfriends, but I ain't have no real relationship. I'm gonna say this. When you go into dating as a teenager, you need to make sure that you know exactly what you want. Because these young boys, I'm not gonna lie, the generation that I've been seeing and hearing things, I'm like, what is y'all doing? My advice is to actually, just like I would tell an adult, look at the character of a man before you ever be with him. That goes for boys too. And little boys, I'm gonna be real, they're not the best. They're still growing. They're in a phase where settling down with a girl is very rare. So if there's a boy that likes you, you got to look at the character, the pattern, how consistent he is, you know what I'm saying? Those types of things. And then be very, very safe about everything. I don't care that you're 15. I'm going to talk to you like I talk to somebody else. You got to protect your womb at all times, especially as a teenager. Don't be out here doing the nasty and being, nasty with it. Make sure that as a lady, just a young girl, you're protecting yourself in every way, shape, and form. We do not want to hear nothing about nothing, okay? As well as be honest and transparent with your family, your friends, your guardian. I don't know who you live with, but be transparent about it. I feel like a lot of young girls hide things from their parents because as girls, we don't get the same freedom as boys. But if the more transparent we are with our mom, our dad, whatever, it makes it a lot easier to recognize, different things in relationships that we're honing it all in. You don't have to say everything because I know, let's just be honest, not everybody, kids and adults included, are going to tell all their business, even to their family. But make sure you're transparent, make sure you're honest. And if there's any time you feel like you're being pressured or you don't want to do something or things just make you feel sad, leave. Especially as a teenager, you got your whole life. There's so many people out here. The easiest thing a girl can do is attract a man. I'm gonna just be real. Men are more thirsty than women. Sorry for the guys in the chat, but just gotta say that. So please just be honest about it. Go into it with like the type of right intentions. Know exactly what you want. If there's any boy, any of them little scrawny balls haven't dropped boys, any of them boys whose balls haven't dropped, any of them that's not living up to that, you cut. Okay, go ahead. Oh, you about to die over here. Go ahead and give them the scissors. Don't play with your virginity. I don't know if you're a virgin. Don't play with it. Keep it as long as you can. This is coming from, advice from me. And also protect yourself in your womb. I'm going to tell every teenager that because I know teenagers are different than when I was a teenager. I'm 10 years older than you? I wish somebody would have told me some of these things. It's never that deep to have a boyfriend at any time in life, but definitely as a teenager, it's never that serious. And I feel like when I was in high school, I was kind of like, all my friends had boyfriends. All my friends are doing this. Everybody in high school is having sex. What am I doing? Oh my God, nobody want me. So I felt kind of rushed and pressured, even though it wasn't like real peer pressure. It was just like the societal status quo of high school. I'm sitting here feeling pressured, like, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that. And I'm just like, looking back at it now, no. Because no. You don't got to do a damn thing. I was talking to my man today, and I said, I just hope that if my daughter, as a teenager, I just want her to come to me and tell me certain things and create that open line of communication. because I just feel like it's just a different journey for girls than it is for boys. I feel like boys are kind of raised to be like the whole ladies man, heartbreaker. That type of thing is given to boys a lot of times. And it's kind of like, oh, okay, well, boys will be boys. They always get the boys will be boys. When in reality, the girls don't have to be girls, but I feel like who are the boys doing things with? Somebody else's daughter. So we just got to make sure the girls are up to date and up to par with the information. So I'm gonna tell you that as big sis on the internet. My advice is to just have your standards, have your morals, don't veer from it. It's never that deep. Protect your womb and don't have no little boy whose balls haven't dropped got you crying. Don't be like me, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. Let's see. Someone else said, "Do you invest in stocks?" I do not at the moment. I'm not really familiar with how all of that goes, so I'm gonna just be honest. I don't really know how to. Hold on. Somebody said, "Child, they were spilling tea on Jada and her friends on Twitter, saying Darko sleeping with KB and that Burna paid for their Niger trip because apparently he's sleeping with Jada Wera." Now wow. Now this be the truth too. Now this is a lie. I don't know. I can't confirm or deny. However, that's a strong allegation. It's she been wanting to be in Nigeria, but I seen on that little it's a little tea page that I follow. I don't know if I can talk about them, but they be having like private like tea before some of the big blogs, and they did say that she was messing with Burna Boy. I don't know if that's true or not. But if she is, I'm glad she's moving on. She can't be with Lil Baby forever. I want her to get away from the Lil Baby thing. Like, no. Next. Let's see. Someone said, "How much for a music feature from you? Email me. I'll get with you." Here's somebody that's giving you advice, Merkaya. Enjoy your teen years, about to turn 20, and the horror stories I've heard from my friends made me glad I stayed away from that sort of drama. Yeah, it's never that deep, especially in high school. I don't know why in high school we be believing like, oh yeah, I'm a senior, I'm a junior, I'm this, I'm that. Like, oh yeah, I run the school, bro. F high school. Like, nobody cares. I'm telling you, like, you don't even talk about that in college. Like, I think I speak more about college than I ever do high school because high school is just there. I'd rather you just only get into a relationship if that boy that you're with or girl, shoot, don't matter, is like truly a good person, good character, doesn't play games, and truly wants to make it work with you and has goals, like all that stuff. Always, I feel like in high school, you got to ask people what they want to do after college. Because some people want to graduate high school and work at Bojangles. And we don't want that. You know what I'm saying? You want somebody that has something else. So there we go. I think we have reached the end of the chat. Thank you all. The last thing I want to touch on was the TikTok. So allow me to share my screen. Now that I've figured it out, let's see. Here we are. And boom, bada bing. Let's clear it.
Lawmakers have taken the first steps toward potentially banning TikTok in America over fears that the Chinese Communist Party can access the Chinese company's data and spy on Americans. Now, TikTok influencers have descended on Washington, D.C., along with a lot of lobbyists to try and convince the Senate to keep the platform. Skylar Henry shares what's happening. Hello, Trump said on social media that banning TikTok could provide a bigger platform to Facebook, which he opposes after it banned him. But his change also came under a meeting with the GOP mega donor Jeff Yoss, a major investor in TikTok.
If you're a web designer...
Alrighty. Let's head back here. How do I open this? All right, so I just want to end with that because I feel like that was the biggest story that I saw. If it wasn't this morning, it was yesterday morning. In regards to TikTok. I'm reading stuff and I'll come back to that. But my just like outright opinion, somebody even said in here, they already sell our data. It's unnecessary to ban TikTok. I definitely agree. I was watching something. It was like a court hearing. And it was Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, and they were questioning him and just asking about like just the impact of Facebook, the data breaches. Who remembers when I think Instagram kind of went out of it, just was down the other day. Even the AT&T thing that happened like a few weeks ago. Like I feel like all of this stuff is like a cyber war that's going on. And excuse me, that's why this is happening in my opinion. I just recently kind of got on TikTok like over the last month or two is when I started posting. I had the account I posted a while ago, but I didn't start actively posting until recently. So it'd be very crazy for them to ban TikTok. And I feel like doing this in the midst of like a political presidential election is coming up at the end of this year is very interesting. And I'm very interested to see how both, and I think the nominees are going to be Trump and Biden, just saying that, but how both sides to Democrats and Republicans are going to take to this, because I kind of feel like they're just trying to, how do I say this? I feel like they're trying to impose some type of like, I don't know, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I'll say it in a nice way. I feel like they're trying to impose some type of like autonomy over how people utilize social media if it's not American owned. As they said, TikTok is by the Chinese company Something Bites. I can't remember what it was. And because of that, I feel like they're trying to gamble away that whatever China is doing with all of our information, it doesn't go to China, it comes directly to the US. And I just think that's where we're at. So I feel like the TikTok ban is more about like politics and I don't want to use the word dictatorship, but just like having autonomy over how we utilize our devices. Cause I feel like everything is so cyber nowadays versus it being about like the well-being of kids, the type of content that's put on there. I think they're actually trying to censor a lot of creators. That way, when they make it not American owned, but when they ban it, if they don't find some type of like amicable solution to this, they're trying to censor it, in my opinion. And I see that happening because 2 days ago, I posted a TikTok and TikTok gonna tell me, oh, I try to get the link so I could post it for y'all on YouTube. They're gonna tell me, your content is under review, and I'm like, since when? Since when did y'all do stuff like this? And that's when I started noticing weird things about TikTok. You know, like I said, I'm very like recent to this. Let me see what some of y'all have to say, and then we'll wrap up. My girl Chels, my baby Chels, she's Baku. She says, them banning TikTok is going to force these girls to start being themselves and stop making the same content. If I see another day in the life or Get Ready With Me, I'm going to lose it. But I can say that, but I can also say that about YouTube. I think the only difference is who owns the platform. TikTok is super huge. I saw a statistic today and it says the average users are between the ages of 10 and I want to say it was 39, with the majority of that being teenagers that are on TikTok. And I think it's more about who owns it versus anything else. I don't think it's about the content per se. I do think they want to censor content. They want to ban content per se, but I don't think it's solely about that. I think it's about ownership. I think it's about having the autonomy over the app. And if there isn't a solution that's made, I think that's just why they're trying to push it. And I do think TikTok is already banned in certain states, but I think it's like Wyoming, places that don't nobody go and don't nobody know anybody from. Yeah, there's somebody here, Jay Ver. Thanks for commenting. It's Pandora's box to censorship. I think it's all about censorship. Look at how YouTube has changed over the past few years. When I first started on YouTube, or just when I was first watching YouTube, you saw that like you could post like certain titles, you could cuss, you could play any video game without restriction. You could say a lot of things on YouTube that you can't do now. And now we're here. I'm getting tired, y'all. Excuse me. I've been up all day. Let's see. Someone said, okay, is it year days or is it yare yare? Are you Nigerian? Please tell us. But I agree, but I think the ban of TikTok will drive that content on other platforms, especially Instagram. Yeah, I feel like people are just going to return. It's like back to sender, you know? It's just going to go back to sender, and it's just going to go back. Like people are going to come back to YouTube and Instagram, and then Instagram and Facebook are going to have more power to, you know, do their platforms. You see Snapchat's trying to creep back up in there. You see a lot. I told y'all, if y'all see a lot of people promoting Snapchat, it's because Snapchat is paying creators millions of dollars to bring people back to the platform. That's why I see, you know, when I get on Snapchat, I don't follow these people. I always see DDG's content on Snapchat. I always see Khloe Kardashian. I even see Jada Wada. Who else? It was somebody else. Not Bad Baby. It was somebody else. Somebody else I see on Snapchat a lot. And I think it's because they pay these content creators. But you see how all it's going to do is put that power back into these American-owned sites, Facebook, Instagram, who are basically Meta together, Twitter, who's now X, but you know what I'm saying, and give them more power to allow more for the type of censorship that they want, because you can't really tell a foreign owned business how to run their stuff. So we'll see what happens with that. Mellow since 87, shout out to you. But yes, it was Montana, not Wyoming. I just know it was something out there. They banned TikTok already. So let's see. Someone said, no, I'm not Nigerian. Trying to say anime reference. I don't watch any anime. I'm sorry. But y'all should put me on to some anime so I can just try to watch something. Here's Ineka. Shout out to my Igbo girl, Igbo babe, Ineka Gochukwu. She said, being in the military, they constantly remind us about stuff like this. Yes, and I feel like it's just all about censorship. When I saw that happen, I'm like, wow, so the bill passed. So we're going to have to see what happens, you know, if it's going to vote. And I did see Biden, because my dad watches politics all day long, you know, typical Nigerian man, CNN, this one, they do CNN. But he was watching something the other day, and Biden said that if it passes in the House, he will vote for the ban of TikTok. And I was just like, I don't pay that much attention to politics, but I did catch that when I was like just passing by. I'm like, well, this is very interesting. So we just need to kind of like keep our eyes open to see like what's going to happen with TikTok. I'm really interested to see like the next step, and I'll definitely do more research on it to see what goes down. So y'all, I've been on here for an hour and 40 minutes. My man want to get on the phone. So y'all, I got to transition out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. We mainly talked about question and answers. I definitely will be saving this just so that y'all can get like the replay if you missed anything, or if you're just getting in here. We've been on for a little while. I hope y'all really enjoyed this stream. I'm gonna miss y'all. I got more content. Definitely check back on my channel on Friday for that random opinions. I know y'all love that series, and I will definitely be back with more content. Just write me on any of my social medias if y'all want specific stuff, because sometimes I have writer's block and I don't know what to post. Like today, I didn't know what to talk about, so we just did pop culture opinions and we went from there. So I don't know where if y'all are, but good night, good morning, good afternoon. Just 2 more days until Friday, y'all. So make it to the end of the week. And I just want to say thank you all again for always supporting my channel, for everybody that's in here, all 200 of you guys. And I will definitely see y'all in my next one. Bye, y'all.